Screencast 9. Multiple data regions in auto designs. Okay, back to Visual Studio. My last screencast we created Auto Design 2, which looks exactly like Auto Design 1. It's just a simple list of the customers. And remember again, we can just drag in a data set to create a design. And the previous screencast I showed you how to do that manually by creating a design, then adding a data region, then binding a data region to the data set. And one thing that's not terribly obvious is that a design can have more than one data region. So you see there's a table here, right? And this is in Auto Design 2, which we previously created. It's the data region, this table data region is bound to this data set, cust, right? And that's the only data set, of course. I could actually drag in cust again, just like this, right? And there's actually two tables now, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the design and just see what happens. So here's the first customer set of customers, and we'll go. Those are the 3 pages now. And at some point you'll see, yep, here's the second list. Why does the second list look different? Notice that there's no bolding for the column headers. There's even a different font. Up here it's, I believe, Tahoma. Here it's Arial. It's because I didn't set the style on that data region. That's why they look different. So to make this a little less confusing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the second data region by right-clicking on it and deleting it. I'm going to add a different data set, just so it's much more obvious. So right-click, add data set. And in this data set, I'll just leave it as data set 1. Actually, I'll just call it inventory. Let's find an inventory table or inventory query. And right, it's set to data source dynamics AX. It's set to query. And then now I'll click here. And in a few seconds, you'll see all the queries populate. And I just pressed the letter I and going down. Let's find something here. There we go. Invent table SRS. And I'll just pick the ID and name for now. Okay. So now there's a data set. Did you notice what happened? Once this data set appeared, a new parameter was magically added, right? And again, I talked about that in previous screencasts. So we can expect that there's going to be a new parameter. Let's go ahead and just try to preview the auto design now. And remember, I only have one data region there, the same old cust table. So I'll preview, see what happens. There's that parameter. What happens if I try to preview? Again, it says the inventory item group ID parameter is missing a value. So instead of manually entering star all the time, I'm going to go ahead to the parameter and enter a default value of star and see what happens. Go back to the Auto Design 2 and preview. Okay, there's the star. Okay, so and then here's that debugging set of the debugging printout of the parameters. But there's no second data region. Of course not. I didn't add it. So I can simply drag the data region here into the design, and there you have, of course, the second data region. Preview. Go to the report, and now there are 6 pages. So right about there we go. On the second page, you'll see the inventory items appear. Okay? And just so it doesn't look terrible, I'm going to go ahead and set the styling of this. Style template to table style template. And we preview. And should be on page 2. You'll see the there we go. Now there's the inventory table, or the inventory data region is now appearing with the item number and item name. And just to make it totally obvious, I'm going to delete it. And again, you can manually add it by right-clicking on a design, adding a table, and just setting the dataset property to that dataset. And I'll preview, and it won't look pretty because I didn't set the style template, but there you go. On the second page, you'll see the data region now appears. Okay? So again, to recap this screencast, I've shown you that an auto design can contain one or more data regions, and you can keep on adding them. Okay, see you next screencast. Thanks for your time.